You think irrational thinking is romantic. It's not. It's dangerous. That's why people buy crystals instead of cancer treatment.
I just think not everything can be explained with logic, Sage Frugo. Sometimes things feel true, even if they don't make sense, Sage. Even if they don't make sense at all.
Feelings are valid, but not always useful. Jumping off a cliff because it feels right still ends in a funeral.
Like sometimes I just know something bad is going to happen, Sage. And it does. Is that irrational? Or is it intuition? Let's think about it.
People worship their gut feelings like it's God. But your gut feeling also tells you to text your ex at 2 a.m. in the morning. Should we make that a religion too?
I get that science is helpful and useful, but not everything needs to be proven, Sage. Love isn't logical, Neither is hope. Oh God.
Rational thinking doesn't kill passion, it filters poison. It's the reason airplanes fly and bridges don't fall. Meanwhile, irrational thinking believes mercury in Gatorade heals trauma.
When I panic, I don't need facts. I need comfort. I need someone to tell me it's going to be okay, not to show me graphs.
You say intuition knows best? Cool. My intuition once told me to buy Bitcoin at its peak. Well, I now own $400 worth of regret.
I know I overthink. I imagine worst case scenarios. I let fear take over. But the fear, it feels so real. It just feels so real.
Zach, your brain is like a computer with 1,000 pop-ups open. You feel deeply, but it's like crying while cutting the wrong wire on a bomb. If irrational thoughts were a person, I would have called child services. They abuse people. They'll tell you you are worthless, unloved, doomed, and the worst part, you believe them because they scream louder than facts.
I believe in vibes, energy, Sometimes it helps me trust in the world a little bit more.
But facts don't care about how loud your fear is. Facts just are. Like gravity, like death, like your sad history.
But sometimes my feelings lie, They tell me I'm a failure, and I believe it. And everyone is leaving, and I believe it, even when it's not true. Even when it's not true, Sage.
Rational thinking saves lives. Irrational thinking starts cults, causes wars, and make people invest in their cousin's rap career. Don't defend your irrational thoughts like they are old pets. Put them down. They bite.
Maybe you're right. I followed feelings into breakups, burnouts, and breakdowns.
You want peace? Use reason. You want chaos? Keep following feelings like a blindfolded man in a minefield.
I used to think rational people were cold. But maybe they're just tired of watching people drown in their own minds, I don't want to be a prisoner of my emotions anymore, Sage. I want clarity. I want peace. Comfort. And maybe that means thinking better.
Emotion is the spark. Logic is the map. Without the map, you are just burning in circles.
Okay, I surrender. Not because I lost the debate, but because I'm tired of losing myself.
Z, have you ever noticed something weird about religious people?
You mean how they blame either this guy or his boss for everything they do?
Exactly. Cheated on the partner, the devil tempted me. Got the job, God blessed me. Tripped over your own shoelaces, God tested me.
Meanwhile, no one just says, oops, that was me. I messed up.
Nah, that would require thinking, and thinking is heavy, see? Thinking makes you question things, and questions are like termites in religious wood.
You ever see someone read something violent or insane in a holy book and then say, "Oh, that's probably metaphorical. Girl, it says stone your neighbor for gardening on a Sunday, not give them a hug."
Right. They'll mentally backflip through barbaric verses just to keep their beliefs intact, like spiritual gymnastic with no landing mat.
And the laziest part? Every disaster, it's God's will. Every mistake, the devil working overtime. It's like a divine customer service hotline that never picks up.
You mean to tell me humans built rockets, split atoms, and made artificial intelligence, but some still think their depression is because of a red man with goat legs whispered in their ear?
Or that a white-robed sky landlord is micromanaging their parking spots?
See, humans are so afraid of being responsible for their own lives. They create two invisible interns to blame them for everything.
Facts. They're not praying. They're outsourcing accountability.
And the real tragedy, they don't grow. You can't evolve if you think every challenge is spiritual warfare. Sometimes you are just late because you slept in, not because the devil hit your alarm clock.
Sometimes you're toxic, not under attack. And sometimes life sucks, not because God is angry, just because it sucks.
But hey, why change when you can just chant?
Dear God, please fix the mess I refuse to clean.
Dear devil, thanks for the inconvenient scapegoat.
They don't need faith. They need therapy and a journal.
Imagine if they actually thought, took a deep breath, looked in the mirror and said, maybe I am the problem.
Now that would be a miracle.
Sage people go.